Microphones are active, and this is Tarnation TV's broadcast of the I Love Excellence series on Sunday evenings. Thanks for watching. This is Race 2. I'm not Brad.
I'm not Blaine, and I believe, as Ulysses said last weekend, it was the I Drink Excellence, as if I'm not mistaken.
Perfect. Yeah, I mean, it's a four-letter word. You can spell drink without any vowels. You got it.
DRNK.
Yep.
SMRT.
Yeah, exactly. This is a fantastic race yesterday with the All-Star race, and we just don't stop broadcasting, man. So it's like we were already here, and then here we are again.
So much fun. We decided we'd do it again today.
Yeah, we don't want to stop. Can we please do another one?
Please, sir. Can we have another race?
We've got lots of them coming up every single Sunday at 7 p.m. If you're joining us on YouTube, that's the place to do it. We also stream to the Facebook page as well, but of course, YouTube is more interactive, so we definitely lean on that. We already got Danny Carroll in the chat going, let's turn and burn, light them up. And it's ready to rock and roll. So you can see the stats on your screen there if you follow in the page there. You see the red blocks?
I do see a lot of red ones there.
I don't know if you were going to ask me what those were about.
Oh, hey, could you tell me what the red blocks are about?
So we've talked the start of the season.
I meant to ask.
Yeah, I forgot to ask the most important question. I knock them up, what is it? I knock them up, you knock them down? No, I set them up, you knock them down, whatever it is.
You're knocking them up. You're getting some bills for the next 18 years.
Yes, exactly. The way that they work here, the red means basically they use their get out of jail free card. We were talking about the incident points.
Oh, yes.
Every driver started race number 1 with one free incident pass card, if you want to call it that.
All right.
We get out of jail free card. Usually what would happen if you created those incidents is you would be docked the points. How am I trying to say it? You would be docked the points. Your points would stop. And then you would, be penalized or asked to leave or park the car or whatever you're going to do. So this means these guys don't have one of those this week. So Jeffrey Elliott, Keith Bynum, Dan Lovell, and Ulysses Sandoval. And there might be a couple other ones in that little short list on the side, but the main top 20 is the big graph. Those drivers need to have a clean race this evening in order to gain that point back. So,
and should they cause any further brouhaha on the track this evening, what the instant you're out of here, they get the heave ho?
Yeah, because you'd be asked to park. So usually it's like a 2 in park. If you create 2 incidents, you are asked to retire from the race. And then of course they've got that pass. Well, they've lost that pass. So now if they cause 1, they'll be asked to park. Let me just check the rules because I did print them off last week. So.
That's right. Yeah, no, I remember reading about that. So I figured that was the case, but I thought there was mention of. Oh, they could hold up to 2.
Yes.
So after this race, if you haven't used it, then you would have a second one, or you would at least a clean race this time would ensure that you earned 1 back, right? So.
Right, they need that clean race tonight because if they get into an accident tonight, they could be asked to leave the racing surface and retire their truck. We do have some new faces in here today too.
You were saying truck. Sorry. I was going to ask. These cars are looking kind of funny. Is that what you said?
Funny how?
It's funny like a clown? No, the truck series. That's right. We'll get that out of our systems. Cars.
That's the thing here at Talladega Nights. Each series does have a similar set of rules, but they're not all exactly the same, just to keep them a little bit different, right? So there's different stuff. So that'll be pretty cool. Right there, Joe Kearns in the 77. Brand new name this evening.
Right? Is that a game stock render, or is that just like the cleanest truck we've seen?
That's the cleanest truck I've ever seen in my life. That was designed by someone I do not know. Yeah, the game cars, I'm just going through the field now to see if we do have any generics. I did have, see, something's up with Pat McCarskey's. He's in a generic, but the generics, as we all know, were designed by Frank Divins, and they look pretty damn good. So even though it's a generic, you'd never know.
Professional generic.
Mm-hmm. We fixed Javier's truck. That number 4
nice.
from last week was not showing up. What
You
sponsor
can't
is
miss
that?
it today. Flaming hot
Sundrop.
nachos.
Yeah. Nacho cheese. Nacho.
It's like a Dorito or no, it's a Mountain Dew
Sundrop.
Radiation.
Maynard's. Couple words on the side of that truck. Tom Dixon
Oh,
in front
Maynard
of
makes
him.
the candies, like the Swedish berries and stuff.
You have to
Maybe
ask
it's
what Sundrop is. Maybe it's a sour candy of some kind.
Ooh.
We're not up to date on our American
Oh,
snack
getting a
foods.
little loose there.
A little bit.
Yeah. I know they have all sorts of different treats down in the States that we don't have up here. I know we have a handful up here that they don't have, such as the illustrious Hawkins Cheesies.
Oh, man. Hawkins is the stuff. Have you put that in your macaroni and cheese yet?
No, I don't know why I forgot to. But I'm going to have to.
You really do need to do that.
I always mean to add more veggies to my dinner. So
It was a glorious mistake when I was eating Hawkins and I had a bowl of macaroni. I'm like, you know something? Plop. Yeah.
Yes, please.
If you were interested in possibly the cheesiest thing on planet Earth, we figured it out.
And the crunchiest too.
Oh yeah, wild.
Imagine you do that and then you throw some what if you threw some cheddar smokies in there in the mix, and then you got the exotic. You got the exotic, instead of hot dogs and mac, you got cheddar smokies, mac, and crunchy bits.
That would be astronomically. I don't even know the word to describe that. That sounds delicious. Is what that sounds like.
Sounds like I'm getting hungry. All this fasting is making me hungry.
Right. Yeah, you were talking about that yesterday. Oh, are we getting ready to go to qualifying? I'm trying to line up our cameras here so we can get some custom pit entrance stuff. Get a little bit of zoom action going.
Mm-hmm. The cameras guy, first day on the job.
Yep.
I went in 3 wide into the pit lane there.
Try to line it up. I'm trying to line it up with the actual broadcast too, because I have the ticker and sometimes I hide that stuff. Not on purpose. So today we'll actually be able to see pit lane entrance in the proper direction, the race onto pit road, and of course pit lane 1, the exit back onto the track. A little bit different alignment. I like to change those around, especially the entrance to pit lane, because the camera's always facing the wrong way. It always shows down pit road. I'd rather see this part of it, because then you get to see from here, you get to see who's committed to coming into the pits, who's committed to staying on the track, who's going to lock them up, who's going to crash, and then if they're speeding and they, all that kind of good stuff. So this is a way better.
Honestly, that's catches where all the action is. I like that.
Yeah. It's on a very high pole in the middle of the track.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which, we need to talk about this evening's sponsor.
Oh, yes. Who is this evening?
www.hubcapandwheelworld.com, sponsored in part by Graham McDonald. Again, this guy forking out the dough.
At Wheel World. Different than the other Hubcap.
Nope.
That we used to have? No, Hubcap Annie's? Same
You're
thing?
talking about Hubcap Annie's? Same thing. That's just their website.
Oh,
their
okay.
website is Hubcap Annie's website is hubcapandwheelworld.com.
I thought I would try to be a little bit stealth there, and I didn't want to throw a plug to a different Hubcap company.
Nope. You're right.
Because,
it's Keith Bynum's
we got
company.
in trouble with legal last time.
Yes.
We were promoting Garbage World, but I accidentally said trash.com, and then that's when there was the hiccup. So I want to make sure I was on the right side of the law.
Well, it's like, we'll focus on Chris Elliott's car when he's running the Cheetos, but we're sponsored by Hawkins Cheesies out of Belleville, Ontario. We have to blur that car out.
Right.
Like, wait, we can't show that. That's the competition.
Are they hiring there?
Hawkins?
I think that'd be a great, yeah.
Oh, I wish. I don't know if I'd want to work in there, though. It's better delivering to them because they just give you free bags of cheesies.
You come home every day, you smell like cheesies. Eventually, I'm sure that smell would carry around the house, and they would just be like, oh, yeah. Hey, you want to go over to Brad's and just hang out and smell what his house smells like? It smells like him and day-old cheesies.
Good friend of mine grew up in Belleville, and obviously big fan of the Hawkins because they used to raid the dumpsters. Because they would throw all the stuff away. Like if a label doesn't print straight on the bag, they have to throw it in the garbage, even though it's brand new. It just says, Hawk chi.
Oh.
And they have to throw it in the garbage, right? So like they end up dumping tons of the stuff. If they don't give it away to the food bank, they throw it in the garbage. So they would be back there stealing shit. I mean, is it really stealing if it's in the garbage?
No, I think by that point it's been once it's been chucked, it's now you're just saving it from the landfill. You're doing the Lord's work.
Right. The Lord. It's fun though, man. Like, yeah, Hawkins is good stuff. But yeah, thanks again to Graham McDonald for sponsoring this evening's race and putting Hubcap and wheelworld.com on here. I would say if you're interested in sponsoring the broadcast, it's an 11 race season, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wrong. It's a 12 race season. You want to know why?
Oh, because of trick questions. That's why. No.
Yes. Because they had so many guys that wanted to sponsor a race. Jeff asked me, he's like, man, we got a couple extra guys that want to sponsor races, and they're already claimed. Can we do 12? Can we get one more race into the season so we can get an extra sponsorship? So, of course, I agreed because we charge $1,000 a day.
Right.
So why not take another $1,000?
I still have room
6,
on my...
I keep 4, even split.
Right, 50-50. I got room on my right cheek for a tattoo still for one more sponsor. That's going for at least $50.
Okay. Left, yeah. Your right ones were 75.
That's my good side.
Yeah. It's crazy though, man. We had this idea to put these races up here and charge, because the league pays us to do this, and we give them a pretty good discount because like I said, on our website it lists it at like $60 to $80 a race. It's a little bit less for Talladega Nights because we do a lot of work for them, so they give them like a bulk deal. Right. So
everybody else pays full price.
Right.
Including you.
Everybody. I broadcast my own stuff on Turbo and I pay myself.
Exactly.
So that was the thing. Like, it was, let's brand the races so you'll see it's not just called Talladega Nights Season 2 Race 1. It's actually called, like last week it was called Extreme Motorsports 125, it's 125.02 miles. And then this week it's called the Hubcap and World 125. So now the videos have unique names and unique branding on every broadcast. So it's cool. So I think next, Mark Paglia sponsored them. Ken Roberts has sponsored them. A lot of guys have sponsored races. So it's pretty awesome. Cool. A lot of these dudes.
Big take on it.
Yep. Go ahead, 56. You're on the air.
Well, hello, my favorite two people in the whole wide world. Are you ready for some Sunday night racing at Talladega?
Ready and willing.
All righty. I'm going to make sure they're quiet, and I'll come right back and get you.
Awesome. I got Jeff clipping on the microphone. Apologies for that. I don't know if that's coming through on the broadcast. I may have boosted his audio.
Oh, okay. Well, when he pays the bills, you give him a few extra percents on the mic.
Right. You let him get away with it.
It's a respect thing.
Yeah. I might alter that after the driver intros.
Yeah. David Nice.
Good evening, drivers. Welcome to race number 2 here at iPE Excellence on Sunday evenings. Looks like another full roster this evening, so I won't waste any time. I'll throw it right to Grant Wesley on the pole position for driver introductions.
Yeah, starting on the pole, number 88, Menards Toyota Tundra, Grant Wesley from Princeton, Indiana. Good luck, guys.
Starting second in 931, Robert Breedlove from Lancaster, South Carolina. Good luck, everybody.
Starting third in 82, West Virginia Tourism Ford F-150, Craig Hagley out of Canaan Valley, West Virginia.
Starting in fourth at number 56, driving the Chevy Talladega Nights, Silverado out of Mooresville, North Carolina. Give a shout out to my brother Chris, Donnie, and Scott. Love you, Dad. Miss you. Good luck, everybody. Let's have a good race.
Starting fifth in the 55 Chevrolet out of West Bend, Wisconsin.
Starting in sixth, Mike Mangialardi driving the 029 Ford Mustang out of Federal Way, Washington. Shout out to my friends watching at the Rainier Room tonight, and good luck, everyone.
Starting seventh out of Big Stone Gap, Virginia, driving the 41 American Ordnance Chevrolet, painted by Roddy Sullivan.
Starting eighth, Josh Slocum, number 2, Toyota Tundra, Thanks to all the admins putting this on. Have a good race, everybody.
Starting ninth, number 043, Brian Lovell from Big Stone Gap, Virginia. Good luck, everybody.
Starting 10, Billy Ellison, driving the number 26, Flintstone Chevy.
Starting 11th, the 388, Dan Lovell, driving the red Monster Chevrolet, painted by Frank Divins. Thank you, Frank. Good luck to all you drivers, and let's have a clean race, guys.
Starting in 12th, Stephen Brandstetter from Ranelette, Oklahoma, driving the 510 Oklahoma State University Ford F-150, painted by Blaine Donlin. Thanks, guys.
Starting 13th, Keith Bynum in the 63 Chevrolet Camaro, Hubcap anti-sponsored. I wanted to say God bless to my teammate, race mates here at the Talladega Nights and everybody watching us tonight.
Starting 14th, the 23, Doug Hewlett from Plum, Pennsylvania, driving the How Many Licks Does It Take Tootsie Pop car, Toyota Tundra. Good luck, guys.
Starting 15th, Bobby Farrell, Frederica, Delaware, in the number 77 Bama Buggy Chevrolet for Spire Motorsports.
Starting in 16th, it's Perry Bond out of Virginia, driving number 60. I'm going to guess Perry Bond. I don't know if it's the Amazon ride, VW, but I think you might have a new ride. Anyways, good luck to all you guys. Thanks for coming out on a Sunday evening. We sound a little tired tonight, but it is the end of the weekend. Let's end it with a good time. Good luck.
Starting 17th, 22, Greg Palmer out of Lewis, Delaware, driving the Flaming Hooters. Good luck, guys.
Starting 18th, 97, Pat McCarsky, Brownsburg, Indiana.
Starting 19th and the number 8, Greg Lovell from Big Stone Gap, Virginia. Thank you, Frank, for the paint scheme. And good luck, guys.
Starting 20th, number 66, KD Huntsberry out of Orrington, Maine, driving the New York Yankee Silverado Chevy. Dad, you're riding with me tonight.
Starting 21st from Sun City Center, Florida, it's Frank Divins driving the Chase Elliott Hooters Night Owl Ford. Good luck, all.
Starting in 22nd, Ulysses the Papi Sandoval, driving on the 96 Toyota Tundra San Luisena Express. A big shout out to Jeffrey Elliott because of him I wouldn't even be here. So a big shout out to him. Thank you, Jeffrey, and good luck, everyone.
Starting 23rd, the number 43, Bob Dixon from Macon, Georgia. Good luck, all.
Starting outside row 12 and 24th, driving the number 28 F-150 Raptor, Mark Paglia from Gainesville, Georgia.
Starting 25th, Kelly Causey from Agricola, Mississippi, driving the 00 Bucky Chevrolet.
Starting 26, Javier Negron from Bridgeport, Connecticut, driving the number 4 Sundrop Toyota Tundra. Gold Team Wrecking Ball.
Starting 27th, Brian Ross in Heath, Texas. Shout out to the master Rodney Solons for the paint. And Jeff, thanks for all you do, brother.
Starting 28th, Joe Kearns in the 077 Fireball from Orlando, Florida.
Start number 29, Tom Dixon in the number 45 Chevrolet Batman car, painted by Bernie Mobbs. Thank you, brother. Thanks, Tracy, for watching us on Tarnation TV. Good luck, guys.
Starting 30th, number 67, Garland Oaks from Martinsville, Virginia, driving the Diet Dr. Pepper Toyota Tundra. Good luck, Team Wrecking Ball.
And starting shotgun on the field, John Godfrey in the 711 LaJoie's Chevrolet Silverado.
Well, there you go there, Mr. Broadcaster. Blaine Donlin is your starting lineup for race number 2. I blank excellence. Hope you have a good time up in the booth, and let's rock.
The booth is always fun. Brad's got the vacuum going, so we'll be good to go. Let's, kick the fires. What is it? Kick the fires and light the tires? I said that backwards. No time like the present.
and correctly, make 31 muffins after this race. Thank you very much.
To represent the amount of drivers starting. Perfect.
Thank you, Blaine. I love you, man.
Blaine.
You too, Greg.
Thanks, Blaine.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Blaine.
Good luck,
Thank you,
everyone.
buddy.
Thanks, Blaine.
Thanks, Blaine.
And we're back down here. I can't speak. Kick the tire, kick the fires, and light the tires is what I said.
Was that what it was?
Does somebody get fired for me saying that?
No, I don't think so.
No? Oh,
But,
okay, good.
Nobody liked the fire.
Oh, that's true. If nobody's listening, I guess I can't get in trouble.
No. But yeah, what are we at? I wasn't even looking. I was looking at the stats you had sent me there. I wasn't even on the YouTube. There were 17 people watching. That's, you know what? That's pretty good. Considering we haven't
Yes,
started
turn a blind ear to that one. So as these guys head out here into happy hour for about 5 or 6 minutes, I'd like to thank Hubcap and Wheel World again and Graham McDonald for sponsoring this evening's cast. It allows me to buy 3 coffees and a banana.
Have you seen the prices of bananas?
Okay, so
You
I was
gotta buy those
chirping.
tiny ones.
Right. I was chirping you yesterday for that dumb hat you were wearing. How do you like this jacket I got?
Wow. I was raised to say nothing if I didn't have anything good to say, so I think it looks
All right.
like crap.
All right, well,
Dumb jerk.
let's.
I didn't
Yeah.
mean that. I was just
Yeah.
upset about my hat comment from yesterday. I had a little bit of resentment there, so I'll take it back. Your jacket's really cool.
Hey, look, the 29 truck.
Oh,
That's how I say. That's how I change the subject when I get insulted.
Exactly. Like, listen. Now on to anything other than this topic. Oh,
Okay. Hey, how about the 82 truck?
hey, okay. Take it easy there, Tomater.
Holy moly, Craig
World
Hagley.
best
I don't know.
backwards
if-
driver.
I think he has his wheels on backwards.
I think he didn't get those tires put on the right
That's
direction.
where you put the lefts on the right side and the rights on the left side. The car goes in. Truck goes in reverse.
Exactly.
Well, there's Ulysses the Wrecking Ball Sandoval.
Getting it out of his system before,
Yeah.
before the race.
Like I said, this is just happy hour right now. Ken Roberts right there. Ken Huntsbury in the 66 New York Yankees car. Is that a New York accent or is that a Boston accent?
Oh, good question. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'd be hard pressed. I'd have to watch like a
Yeah,
movie about
like a Mackie
Boston.
Mac movie. But see, Mackie Mac is Boston, right?
That sounds very
Yeah.
Boston.
How about them there New York Yankees?
There you go. Yeah, I think that's
I don't know.
a clear difference.
Right.
Maybe the first one was like a mix of both. It was just like your East Coast stereotype voice.
It's like when our moms, when we do an impression of our moms, it's just a Howard Stern doing an impression of his mom. Have you guys remembered to wear your sweaters? It's cold outside.
You're gonna catch a terrible chill. It's awful.
And our
I've
moms are
already got
Canadian, so they
sniffles.
don't sound
Yeah,
like
no,
that.
it doesn't sound like that at all. But
No,
it makes for better radio. It makes for better broadcast.
it does.
Like my
If
mom's
you're-
like, because we were just talking like my mom's like, I'm just disappointed in you, and that's nothing. I mean, it's funny in its own right, but maybe that doesn't translate. that's
No,
what it
it's
is. Because
more-
she
it's
sounds
more
like me,
fun.
just a little less happy.
It's
She looks at
more
me, she's
fun to
like-
do an impression of your mom when you make her sound like an old Jewish lady from New Jersey. Like I don't know why, it just sounds better.
Oh, are you and your friend still doing the podcast on the internet? That's cute. What do you have? 18 people. Oh my goodness. Wait till I tell the ladies at bingo.
Yeah, just here, Ken Huntsbury might have to pit for new tires. That's more like a Bill Burr thing at the end, right there.
Is Billy? Oh, Billy. So and so.
Billy so and so, yeah. Well, tonight's race should be good. Like I said, the points, we've got the points on screen. They are after one race, of course. Greg Lovell got the win last week on Sunday. Denny Carroll and Craig Hagley, Jeff Elliott, Robert Breedlove, Doug Hulick, Gary Mingus, Eric Lovell, Grant Wesley, Billy Ellisor, Keith Bynum, and Perry Bond. They round out the top 12 drivers in green. Will make it into the championship playoffs, which will end up being 4 races this season, unless they... So see, Jeff, we've lengthened it to 12, but this graph still only shows 11. So I don't know if they're doing 3 stages in the final, if they're going to do a 9th race and then still a 3-stage playoff. Probably going to be just a 9th race. I'm guessing it's still going to be a 3-round playoff. But we're going to wait, and we will ask the boss how much time's left. 2 minutes. Let's see if we can get a hold of him. Jeffrey Elliott, this is the booth. You got me? See if he wants to talk to us to get an answer on the extended season.
Right.
As we watch these guys go around in circles.
It'd be embarrassing if he was ducking your calls. Like,
It looks
no,
like he
sorry,
is.
I'm busy right now. I know you're racing. Sorry, can't talk right now. Something came up.
He's also an elderly gentleman and may need to use the bathroom more than twice an hour. So that's possible that's where he is.
Okay, well, that could be any of us in any number of short years. So
yeah, it's me most of the time, especially when it's cold outside.
Time is very fickle. And what's happening? How come I'm old all of a sudden?
Yeah, where'd that go?
And yeah, like the 90s were just like 5-10 years ago, right?
Yeah, 30.
No big deal.
Whoops.
Now our music's on the oldie stations.
Yeah, I know. Like, yeah, all the good stuff is on the classic rock stations. I'm like, I'm listening to like my even if it's like the heaviest metal ever, like Crowbar or whatever, and it's like, it's classic rock because they started in like the late 80s. So I'm like, yeah, I can listen to classic rock now. You know, Soundgarden, Caius.
Yep.
Gonna go see Queens of the Stone Age in April.
Oh, are you? Cool.
Yeah.
Where are they going?
Kingston.
They're going local. Cool.
Yeah, buddy. Couldn't not buy a ticket to that one.
No, they're coming to town. Go see them.
Oh, hell yeah. $77 a seat.
Decent.
We have a little arena like you guys, a little like 2,000 seater. So we're in like the first section, about 12 rows up.
That's fantastic.
So like we're up off the ground a little bit so we can see over everybody's head.
That's perfect.
Play that song we like. I hope they play some Caius. They probably won't, just because I think Josh sort of separated himself from Caius. There's been a little bit of a rift there. But either way, it'd be cool to see them. I actually like Caius more than Queens of the Stone Age, but Queens of the Stone Age is still pretty awesome. So that'd be cool.
Right.
I want to see Jack White too. That's another guy I want to see.
Oh yeah, did you watch that one? It was with him. There was like a music doc with him, The Edge, and
Jimmy.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Things might get loud.
Things might get louder. It's going to get loud. So yeah, it's great. Jack White is just he just bleeds music, and he can play anything, anywhere, and just make the grimiest sounds. The guy's just awesome.
Yeah, no, he's it's crazy what he does. Like even I think was it in that show where they had the mini documentary on him, and he had some beat up like 1960s Sears electric guitar that was plastic or something. And
well, then he made he had an old pickup out of an old guitar and like a wire and one string and a piece of wood and a Coke bottle, and he made a guitar out of it. And he played it. He plugged it into an amp and played it with a beer bottle. I'm like, this guy is just awesome. And it sounded good.
Right.
You know?
It sounded
good because it was like it's different. Like you could have the most the Edge with all his effects pedals and stuff. I never liked U2. It always seems so overproduced. I like my music to sound like somebody's actually playing it, where they make mistakes, and when you go see them live, they break strings and stuff. Mm-hmm. So like that's where Jack White would just be an awesome concert to see. I think to watch him do this thing.
Yeah, I just didn't connect too much with U2's music either. I wasn't. I mean, I could recognize the hits, and they had some tracks, but I was never like, I don't have an album. And the same thing. Every time I listen to it, I'm like, oh man, the Streets Have No Name, and the guitar with the echo and the whole thing, and I'm like, that's a lot. I'm not opposed to echo pedal, but
no,
they kind of used it as their intro song for years, like to skate into the rink, and I don't know why. It was just like every time it was just like. No, like next, skip this.
Yeah, get something
skip
heavier.
The track. Right? What they did have for the goal song was Clutch.
Nice.
Electric Worry.
Probably Electric Worry, yeah.
Bang, bang,
do you want
bang, bang.
to go to the Balser family? Let's do it.
Yes, I do.
Welcome to Talladega Nights Super Speedway, one of the fastest tracks around. Presented by Talladega Nights Racing League and brought to you by Tarnation TV. Drivers, start your engines!
See, like you were saying about Clutch, with Electric Warrior, that's a perfect song for goals, and they'll never get radio play because they've been independent ever since they started. So they're not going to play a radio. They're not going to pay a radio station to play their music.
No.
If they want to play them, they'll play them. And I've heard it a couple times in my life, but that's not enough because Clutch literally does not have a bad song. And if you look at the Tarnation TV, any car that I paint, it's always got Black Sabbath, Clutch, and Electric Wizard on it somewhere because those are the three awesome bands.
At some point in the last, back when telephones existed, call radio stations. I called the Fox out here, and I'm like, hey, play something by Clutch, anything, on the request lunch hour. They're like, I have to check with my manager. I'm like, you suck, and the Fox is now a corporate sellout.
Yeah, it's literally rock and roll. Like,
play some rock and roll.
Whatever you want to play it, because I know there's rules to what they can play, so find the one you can play and play it. Regulator, Cypress Grove, or probably Electric Worry.
Yeah.
Regulator was in Walking Dead. I remember Regulator was at the end of a Walking Dead episode, and that was awesome. Shelly and I set up like, no way. We've seen them like live 4 times, but who do you think is going to lead lap number 1?
Mellow Yellow. No, who is that? No, is that the gumdrop one? Is that which one is this? I can only see yellow. My old eyes can't zoom in that far. What do we, who is responsible for it?
That's Grant Wesley. He's running Maynard's as well.
Okay. Candy theme tonight. I think it's candy.
It is, yeah, hard candy of some kind.
What's
going on in the YouTube chat? Maybe somebody told us.
Oh, I don't know. Well, my app, YouTube app, it starts cutting the chat out sometimes, and I don't know why.
Oh, Ulysses in the YouTube chat says it's I eat excellence. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, Wesley says
maybe
special
the
thanks.
Maybe the last letter is the exclamation point, like I eat excellence.
Yeah, Grant Wesley said in the YouTube chat, special thanks to Hubcap Annie for tonight's sponsorship.
No doubt.
And then, of course, and then we've got ATV Club. I believe that is Keith Bynum. Tell the crowd I'm driving a Silverado when I said Camaro. Yeah, some of the guys were saying that they were like a Chevy Camaro or a Toyota Corolla when it's actually Tundra or Silverado because of trucks. They drive the same make, but it's a different brand. Hey, Blaine and Brad, wish I was there. Good luck, everyone. That's Randy Waugh. Could not make it this evening.
We wish you're here too. The more on the track, the better. And then we got
there is
someone
space
giving
here,
a shout out to Josh Slocum, calling early call for a W. He says, so, I don't know.
Nice.
We'll see. Look at this though, perfect formation.
Breedlove led that lap, so Grant Wesley led the first 2. Robert Breedlove took that one away from him. Full field almost tonight. 31 guys starting the race. Dan Lovell is a lap behind already. What happened to the 388? Something did.
Hopefully didn't shred anything there.
I'm going to go into a replay here and see if I can find it. I wonder if he maybe missed the grid, or something happened and he had to pit. Yeah. He missed the grid because he shows up on pit road right here and has to drive around and join the track. He's unfortunately a lap down. And here we are, the back straightaway on lap 5. Jeffrey Elliott is up there. We blinked for 3 seconds, and there's Jeffrey Elliott on the outside. Mike Mangialotti right behind him, and there's Josh Slocum on the outside line, a third truck back. Buffalo Bills local soccer team. It's football, right?
Well, yeah.
Man,
Depending on
I
what
just
side of
made
the
so
pond
many
you're on.
people. I just made so many people so angry. Oh my!
Yeah, all
Jeez.
the English football fans
You
that
know-
are watching
you know-
our race.
Well, and all
you
the
know,
football
you know how the
fans-
Europeans are big into truck
Yeah.
racing.
You know what they say? European, I'm a pooping.
Ooh, hey, ooh. And as the French say, oui.
Oui,
Man,
merde.
we're very multicultural. And
We are.
we don't exclude anybody.
I know I just made so many people in this league angry because next week we don't broadcast here next week. Can you guess why?
Oh, because of soccer?
Yeah, yes. There's a big soccer bowl.
American football.
It's the Super Bowl next week, so the race is not happening, obviously, because of the Super Bowl. So yeah, a lot of guys in the YouTube chat just lost their mind. I bet they haven't even responded to the comment.
No,
They pulled the wires out of the wall and.
Gotta wait to finish shaking out of them before you.
Yeah.
If I type right now, it may be something I regret.
I can guarantee you there's at least 12 guys in this race right now that are going to watch this back tomorrow, and they're just going to be death rattling while
Count to 10. Deep breath.
Breathe deep. It'll be okay. Oh, I can do it again. It'll be okay. It's just a game. Oh my God. I can feel stuff getting thrown at me.
Good. You've been practicing your squats. You're gonna need to look like George Bush that time he ducked those 2 shoes in a row. You're gonna stay frosty.
That was good. You want to know something even better?
What's that?
Hey Siri, who's playing in the Super Bowl? Because I don't even know.
Ooh.
The Chiefs beat the 49ers in Super Bowl 58 next Sunday at 18:30.
Okay, so it's the Chiefs versus the 49ers.
Right. Yeah.
Man,
There
as
you
the
go.
chefs, that's going to make people angry again. The fact I had to ask Siri, the fact I called it a game, the fact I called it soccer. Oh,
I don't know.
I think we
Soccer
just got
wanna
fired.
let
This might be
slide.
our last. You think this might be our last race?
Are you trying to get us canceled?
I think I am.
Jeez. I got mouse to beat here.
Yeah.
Mine mostly. The kids will be fine. They're resilient, but
We can make
fading
it. We
away.
can make it okay. You know how? We just do this.
All right.
Make sure the Buffalo Bills are front and center for about half a lap.
There they are. Division 7. Really clean racing tonight, though. Look at this, right?
These guys love this track, man.
10 laps in, and everything looking good. We're on track for a green pit stop here.
We are, yes. And the lapped car of 388 of Dan Level is in the picture now. We are about 3 laps, maybe even 4 laps away from some green flag pitting, as you just mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Dan will move to the right and let these guys pass. It's not a good spot because it's going to get tight.
Yeah, you get a little bit higher.
3 wide. You can go 5 wide here.
Well, there they go 4.
Yeah, these guys know what they're doing. 4 wide.
Oh,
no
for
problem.
sure.
No problem. Piece of cake. So he's not damaged. He's just off the pace because he started. He missed the grid. So you're still allowed to join the race.
But he's going to benefit big time from the first yellow. If there should be one.
If there's one, I mean, nobody wants to see a yellow flag, but if there is
Except
one
for him.
driver on the track today, he's definitely going to want to see one because he will be the lucky dog.
Yeah, see, look at that. Randall Watson, he just threw a shoe at you. Or
Did he?
at the-
I knew it. Sorry,
at the,
Randy.
At the TV.
Sorry, Randy.
Nah, you're actually perfectly good shoe and the TV.
Right.
No, that's why I only keep slippers around.
Like I said, I felt it though. I felt it. I could feel it hit me in the
There's somebody
neck.
walking over your, cursing your graves.
Yeah.
Your future. Pox on you. Thinner. I could use that. Somebody will hit me up with like thinner for what, 3 or 4 weeks?
Yeah.
No. I was gonna say the old gypsy in that movie, but I don't know if that's even PC anymore.
Probably not. Who knows?
But in the movie, in the show, that's what they were. It was like a gypsy curse. So
As is tradition, Bob and Tom will probably go to the pit lane a couple laps early.
avoid any chance of some hang-ups there. I can see that.
Yep. So we've got Javier's truck fixed. We've got Frank Divon's truck fixed as well. He's up there in the 9.
Everybody's
Hooters truck
made their way to the bottom here.
Yeah, last week
Nice. Yeah, everyone's
had issues with car files. We fixed them.
Well, that's it too, right? And as long as everybody gets it uploaded, even like noon the next day before, whatever, a fixed time. That way, there's like, hey, there's no
even within half an hour. It was a problem with he sent me some stuff on Facebook, and Facebook adds characters.
That's right. You said to rename something, space or something. Oh,
wrong camera.
Smoke.
Wanted that one.
Holy smoke! Look at that.
Garland Oaks is threading the needle right there.
That's just like, reminds me of those Shriner parades. Just threading the needle. Everyone's doing their own little spin around. Hot darn.
So I actually wanted pit cam 2 for the entrance.
We got to build you like a studio with big old buttons.
You should see the
Camera
buttons.
1.
I've got 2 keyboards independently.
We're gonna get you some big old 4-inch square TV1, TV2, and you're just gonna smack it like it's a Dance Dance Revolution game.
Right.
But from your back cave, just big old Staples buttons, right?
Right.
Converted
that was easy. Here they come. Green flag pitting in all its glorious fashion. I love it.
Everyone's just perfect.
That's how you know you're part of a good league. On board with Keith Bynum in the Hubcap Annie-sponsored car. Do you want to do a crank it up? Let's do a crank it up right now.
Absolutely.
And we're back. Pat McCarskey had one car had a problem with the car file, one truck.
Okay. That's not bad, though.
That's a generic, but they look nice. Yeah. That's Blaine Donlan's car. I'm not racing tonight. So as we finish these green flag pit cycle, we've got definitely some space between everyone now.
Right.
Lap 20, position 24 and 23, Doug Hulick and Billy Elliser. Trying to run down that pack in front, and they're probably too far off. Black flag for Joe Kearns. So Joe Kearns, the 077, having to serve a drive-through possibly. You can go into a replay and actually see it was probably a speeding penalty, so it probably would have been a drive-through, and that looks like a yes. As long as he got it under 55, and he did. Joe, speeding down pit road, had to come back around, serve a drive-through under green, which is not fun at all. Currently in first, it's showing Grant Wesley. This is what we look like. And oh, wrong button. This is what you look like if we were in South Park. I'm not Brad and he's not Blaine, and we are happy to be here this evening. And we thank Graham McDonald and Keith Bynum for sponsoring the race tonight. Grant Wesley is your race leader at the line with a 48.398 second lap. That was his lap number 17. So what's the mathematics on the next pit stop then? Be about 25 to 30?
25, 26, I would say. But the soonest you're going to see is going to be lap 1, 2, I think, because the first guys, I think they pitted at like 11.
Because it'll be Bob, right?
I think so. Because him and who else? Two others have hit on a lap earlier, or at least one other.
I think it was Bob and Tom. Yeah, there's about 2 or 3 guys who pit a couple laps before.
So yeah, within the next 3-4 laps, you're going to see another pit stop for sure. But again, just some really tidy driving, and everyone where they belong.
So you remember last week being at race number 1, there always seems to be growing pains in race 1. You got a new mod, you got a couple new drivers in the mix, and there was a lot of yellows last week. We've gone 20 laps, and these guys know exactly how to get it done now. So it took them 1 week to work the bugs out.
Well, that's all right. We got who's just behind the fact that it was like, oh, shoot, we got smoke, and we got
You know what? I
fire.
had to say it.
Brimstone and other stuff. So, good news for who is it that started late? There's the yellow.
Yep.
And then,
that will be the first 2. So be Joe and Dan will both get lucky dog on that one.
And then we got to go to who's the moderator? Who's the live replay? The chancellor, if you will.
Oh, that's a good one. Only if it's not served, one of the guys will have to pull down off the track and call it. But let's see. We like place and blame here. Mm-hmm. Oh, big checkup on the bottom. I don't really think that's anybody's fault. That's just an accordion effect. It's hard to judge that too when they're 20 or 24 rows deep. Like, they're not that many rows deep. There's only 30 cars, but they're like, they're 10 rows deep. That little checkup bump drafting thing, it tends to amplify itself by the time it gets to the back of the field. So is Bob able to get this thing off the berm? You can get stuck in that berm right there. Okay, you got it going. I've actually been trapped down there. The wheels will get stuck in the transition and you can't get going.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I centered on the.
It's like, oh, my wheels aren't even touching the ground now because your bottom of your car will bottom out.
Well, now I bet you're wondering how I got here, right? Like stuck in the middle of all this.
Yeah. So you notice that graphic I put up on the screen down there, the team manufacturers race. Tarnation TV will be broadcasting that live on February 17th. It's sponsored in part by Nate Balser, the 79. So thanks, Nate, for sponsoring the manufacturers race. That's the race that's sponsored that's not even part of the season. Love this league. Bunch of cool dudes.
Super cool.
Because that's the thing. It's like, the broadcasting's so fun to do. It did take a long time to build this broadcast, and every other broadcaster does charge for the services. And it feels weird, but it's a service that's not easily pulled off.
It's a second job for you and many others that do it. Like I say. I'm very much the Vanna White to this. I'm just here to turn over the numbers and say ignorant stuff because I don't know squat about nothing.
Right. And look pretty.
Like, yeah, exactly. I'm not coming up with the puzzles. Oh, no.
Driving Chase Purdy's truck, Bobby Farrell just went around a little bit there. He'll be allowed to reclaim his spot if he can get back to it for the start-finish line.
You figured out what it was that you did for the amount of work and time spent into it. I'm sure you got to be clearing at least 35, 40 cents an hour.
Yeah.
On a good day.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
Right.
I've got guys from other leagues saying that they watch the broadcast and love what we do. Because I've watched a lot of other broadcasts like Seth and Joe and Andrew. They all have their own separate broadcasting channels, and it's like, oh, that's cool how he does this and this guy does that. And then I kind of just stole everything they were doing and then tried to change it a little bit to make it our own.
Well, that's the beauty of it, though.
Yeah.
If I may, in video game terms, there's a new game I'll call Pal World, which I'm currently in a big tizzy over.
You were telling me about this.
But so basically, somebody took like there was like for years and years, and I've never played a Pokemon game before, but I guess the gist is like for years and years, people are like, we'd like a Pokemon game that does this X, Y, Z, and so these guys basically took that idea, made a Pokemon clone, and then added the best parts of other games, like parts from the Breath of the Wild that are really good. They just lifted it and put it in their game, and then they took all the other things from games that are good and put them in there, and just made a really fun game. And so there's nothing wrong with that, but they made it their own too. It's not, I mean, it's inspired by it, but isn't everything?
Yes.
Even music, every single thing, every song has been written, every chord progression has been played. So now we're going to recycle it, but we're going to mix it up a little bit. Like you're kind of just taking what inspires you and then doing your own thing. Like, Quentin Tarantino, every shot in every one of his movies is a carbon copy of something else because he's such a fan of film.
Got a special guest in the booth.
Special guest in the booth, number 22 of Greg Palmer. What's going on, Mr. Palmer?
Hey, what do you say there?
Hey,
oh
buddy.
Man, the 22 Hooters pickup truck coming off pit road. What's the plan? Did you put some freaky good gas in that thing, or you got some thumbtacks to throw out the window? How are you going to win this thing?
How am I going to win this? From the rear.
Yay!
It's I was just involved with the last yellow. My fault. I got into the back of Craig Lavelle, so I just took 4 coming out. I'm going to be EOLL, but it's fun working my way back up there. Copy?
Copy. How much did they swing hammers on that thing to get the damage off of it, or what's the damage look like?
I believe damage is off.
Oh, you're right. This is a no damage series.
Yeah, so my Hooters, the hood's not flat, so we're good.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I totally forgot about the no damage model. Yeah, other than, of course, tires or, catastrophic engine failure. Damage is 0. Yep. Yeah, other than the tires and the fuel, everything else is pretty much locked in. So look at that. Everybody pit in front of you. If you're talking about track position, Greg Palmer's got it. Just gained a bunch of spots there.
Yeah, so far. I mean, hopefully, it's probably going to go. It's probably going to go green next time by. So I'm pretty decent. We'll see what happens. We'll take it from here.
Right on, man. Well, it's always fun watching you guys do what you do. So one more on that pace car will be out of your way. We'll let you get back to it. Have good luck.
Appreciate you having me, Blaine. Talk to you later.
Thank you. Have good luck. I just said that out loud.
Have good mosh pitting.
Yes. Make sure you have yourself some good luck. And go and get done. Yeah.
I don't know if you watched, I don't know if you're not a big sitcom guy, but if you've seen The Office or you're familiar with it.
Yeah.
There's the big kind of dumb ball guy in there, Kevin. He's always up to some kind of shenanigans. And I'm Jen's favorite show, so I've seen it several times.
Okay.
But one day he starts talking really weird. And the whole thing is, he say, why use lot word when few word do trick? So his whole thing was like,
saving his time.
Save small time. Many small time make big time.
Mm-hmm. He was trying to limit his words.
He was trying to cut down the words and be the most efficient. Like he's like, if I save little microscopic amounts of time by saying less words, I'll get more time back and be more productive. And
that's so funny. That's so dumb.
But that was one of the lines. Like, yeah, why use lot word when few word do trick? But then later in the show, they're like, so what are you going to do with in your lot all this time? And then he says, Sea World. And then your buddy says, well, what do you mean? It's like, you want to Sea World? Or are you going to want to see the world? He's like, boat, fish, jump, China. And so he's like, I still don't understand. Are you going to Sea World or you want to see the world? Anyways, there was a whole big bit on there.
I've seen it a bunch of times, obviously, because I'm familiar with it. But anyways, that's kind of a running joke around there.
Words.
So, yeah, whenever you shorten it up a little bit, and
then there's
so
B, who doesn't know when to stop talking.
Oh, right. Well, you just saw. You gave me. You didn't interrupt me for about a minute and a half there, and I went on a recap of a TV show that. So yeah, well, once you get me started, and if I know just a little bit about it,
if I know a little bit about something, you're going to hear a lot about it.
You know, if I was a pilot or a helicopter or a firefighter, and you'd be like those jokes, like, how do you know if you're at a party with a fill in the blank, right? A plumber, or a doctor, they'll let you know.
Yep.
Right.
I love that joke. How do you know Blaine's been a courier for 22 years? Oh, he'll tell you.
Oh yeah. How was your day? Good. Until I went down 4th and I realized it was hoops, so then I cut across the main, and then I realized that Broadway crossed, and I was totally. I'm like, yo, I just wanted to find out. Like, do you want to play later on? Like, listen.
Yeah, don't give me
a joke.
Don't ask me for directions.
If you're gonna live here, stay away from this postal code, because once it goes from V2S down to VP7, then all bets are off.
You are reciting a conversation we probably had when you were talking about moving out here.
Listen, you want to stay away from the K through Z, but from the G through H, that's the primo spot. I don't know, man.
And the new houses all have 0C with a number, like a 0C2. Like, what's going on
so
there?
Now,
forget.
So yeah,
that.
if you're in the 0Cs, well, la-ti-da, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Yeah.
Look at you, got a big old house on a tiny lot.
Ken Roberts leading that outside line, gaining some spots there. I just saw the big charge at a turn number 3.
We went to a podcast on a race broke out.
Yeah. See if they can get something going here. We like three wide racing here at Talladega.
Absolutely.
You can see where Ken puts those wheels, where he's got those right wheels. He wants to be below that white line, and he is, right on it. That's how these guys hit their marks. So you can do 4 wide through here, and we've done it before. But the drivers need to communicate that to the rest of the pack, because the spotter that's built into the game won't say 4 wide. He just says, hold your line. So you need somebody to tell you why, because you need to know. Because there's a little bit of movement off the bottom coming out of a turn.
Oh, rubbing the wall. Gonna slow them down a bit. That wall is in fact not greased up.
Yeah, that's the wall friction. You think you're trying to cheat, and it slows you down.
Oh, bother. Well, someone's going for a tumble, and no damage, so we can just laugh at it. Fantastic crash, guys. I mean, there was some did at least 2 or 3 rollovers there.
Ooh, where am I? Here we go.
Randy Watson, he hope he's back on manufacturer's race.
So Dan Lovell back in 14th last time by the stripe from missing the grid. So you know what? Like, it is just, if you can get in here, do it, even if you crash or whatever else. So we're going to go into replay mode here, and we're going to see how it do what it do. Something happened up front there in the middle, because they're getting way out of line. They're getting a little bit bottled up there. It looked like, yeah, okay, it was. I was going to say, I thought it was Pepsi truck, which is Breedlove.
Built his Pepsi while driving, and then, oh no.
Yeah.
Or you got tapped.
Oh, they were 4-ish wide? No, they went 4 wide, were they? Oh, it's the push coming out of the tri-oval there. He comes right back across the nose. Ken Roberts.
Bottom line stays. Oh, no, they almost stay clear.
Yeah, almost.
That was a cluster of all clusters.
Yeah, I don't know. That looked to me, I would put the blame on Ken, unfortunately. It was a great push, but when it goes wrong, I guess you have to blame the pusher.
I think so. And
I mean, a lot of stuff for me, I would just call it a racing thing because these guys race together all the time. I mean, pushing Robert Breedlove like that's it's not out of the question. You could totally do it. The guy knows how to get it done, but
maybe just not at that location.
Even then, some guys are set up to take that. You don't really want to push into the turns, but some guys are set up to take it. Like you can push Jeffrey through the turns. Jeffrey is set up to.
He's waiting for it, right? Or he knows you're gonna.
It's his steering settings too. He has his steering assist up higher. Like I run mine about 18%, where he's got his up like 60%. So 60% steering assist, you're not feeling.
Right. So if I put mine at like say 100 when I get in here, I'm basically like on self-driving.
You don't even need to touch the wheel; it'll steer it for you. So like when you're going through the turn like that, you can take a push if you know the guy runs a higher sensitivity or a higher assistance on the steering. I don't know. I can't do a high one because I feel like the vehicle doesn't want to respond as quick as I'd like it to, even though my linearity is on 0 because it's a straight up wheel. It's just a feel, right? And every track's different. We need like a big like gavel to come down and squash a big graphic on the thing, like gun gun.
Yeah.
Like the sound effect from Law and Order, and then like, it's your fault, Ken.
Right.
But think about what you've done.
Yeah, exactly. That gong or whatever it is. I'm sure that's probably trademark or something, right?
Hardcore. Has to be.
Maybe we could play like the Price is Right sound, but like just a few notes off. So, so it's just like it's still a horrible like trumpet or trombone sound, but it's just in a different cadence.
When you lose, that would be funny.
But you could just be like, same idea. It would still be just like the terrible sound, but you'd be like, oh.
Oh, I guarantee you go like sad trumpet that sounds like in Google, sad trumpet that sounds like Price is Right losing. And somebody did one similar, and you could just punk it.
Yeah, exactly. It was at that moment he knew he
messed it up. Yeah. And everybody left the racing surface. I was waiting for more trucks, but apparently not. So Ken will do full service and probably wait there. Yep.
Drink while we're in yellow here, but back in half a minute.
Talking again about more stuff. Let's look at this upcoming schedule for Tarnation TV. Whoops. Okay. Mark Paglia is sponsoring the next race. Where's he? There he is there. Awesome camera work, Blaine. Keep it up. Aha. You will notice on the 25th of February, next Sunday, of course, is our off week because of the Super Bowl football game, championship trophy day. And the week after that, we will be at SMO Racing Simulations, a tribute for the number 7 over there, the Ken Strong. We will be at Daytona Super Speedway with SMO on the 18th of February. And the Sunday after that would be the 25th. This is sponsored in part by Mark Paglia, the 28 truck. Mark tossing down the big bucks for the Muscle Car Therapy 125, Muscle Car Therapy and Truck Accessories. I understand that advertisement on screen right now is super, super small and you can't read it, but I don't care. This isn't his race. On the 25th of February, that graphic will be massive. That website will be down in the bottom right. Tonight is Hubcap and Wheel Worlds Day. But we always like to give everybody a heads up of what's coming up in the future of the broadcast. So there you go. The next couple of weeks, like I said, next week's a day off. The Sunday after that, we're at SMO at Daytona. And the week after that, Mark Paglia sponsors the I Urinate Excellence series here on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern. If you are watching the broadcast, thank you very much for doing so, subscribing, or doing whatever you want to do. And for all the drivers who sponsored races, was really really cool to be able to brand all these races with whatever you want me to. So it's always a whole lot of fun. We can direct your donations towards the racing servers. Otherwise, there would be nowhere for these drivers to connect to and race. Also, the TeamSpeak servers, so we can all stay in contact with each other. And, of course, the broadcast as well. So none of this would be possible without any of these people. All the drivers, all the admins. Yeah.
The PBS, and they say like that? Thank you. None of this broadcast would be possible.
Right. That's true.
Something like that. And it is. And it's all... I'm a big proponent of that. Like, I never... When I was younger, I never really subscribed to, like, World of Warcraft. I couldn't wrap my head around paying a monthly subscription to do something.
I did for a couple of years.
But as I got older, I could realize that I'm like, okay, no, because it's constantly is bringing you something all the time, and no matter what, like you're
and that game is alive constantly.
Right? There's always something going on, and they're bringing you new things, and there's constant things and updates, and even like this too. The amount of work and just the cost just to even have it running in general, right? It's fantastic. So if everyone's out here doing this, I don't race, but if I'm out here doing this, I'm like, you know what? This is my activity. This is my Saturday night for the whole night. It's getting and it's broadcast to boot, or even if it's not, but still, just to have the servers and everything running, I got to pay what? Even minimum 10, 15, $20 a month. I mean,
you don't even need to. There's 60 guys in this league. If everybody dropped $1, you'd pay for the TeamSpeak and you'd pay for the racing server. $1. You know, people spend $1 every day at least buying a coffee or a stick of gum.
Right.
So it's cool that we have these guys here that throw the money down to be able to come out here and host 30, 31 cars in a race.
It's awesome.
And it's flawless. You know, the latency is low. The racing's amazing. Everybody loves this game and has for 21 years. Where did broadcasting come from? Like, all the software I use is free, but it's open source. So it's insanely not complicated, but it can be. And I love the fact that it is, because I can do the stuff I'm doing because I can go deeper into this thing and really make it do some stuff it shouldn't be doing. So it's cool stuff. Have you seen, speaking about games that like are alive, the Helldivers 2?
I've seen like a bit of a trailer. I think you sent me a trailer for it.
Well, it's a co-op game, so automatically I'm perked, and Corey sent me this trailer to this thing. Currently, I thought I was focused on the leader. I was not focused on the leader. Frank Divins in the lead has led 5 laps.
That's way to the front.
We've got to remember to stick on the leaders here. So Frank doing awesome work with all the paint jobs, and all with Rodney Sellens, and so many great painters in here. Pat McCarskey's painted a bunch of these things too. Frank leading this thing. 5 laps led for Frank in that number 09. Yeah, Helldivers looks like a lot of fun, because you remember Left 4 Dead had the artificial intelligence director?
Yes.
We're talking about a game that came out like 20 years ago, and they had artificial intelligence kind of steering the game. So every time you played it, it would never be the same, and it was so cool. So what Helldivers is doing is they've employed that, but they've actually got real people behind it. So when we're playing that game, and 3 big aliens fall out of the sky, and you got to try to kill this thing, and you're almost already out of ammo, they did that on purpose. A person was responsible for that.
Oh, man. So
it's crazy.
I'm going to be a jerk right now.
Yeah, you know what? We're going to let these guys win for half an hour and then just devour them. You know, volcanoes erupting, bugs coming out of the ground, you know, no backup. Every time you grab ammo, it explodes. Like, it's just, they could really mess with you. Oh, to the outside, Paglia right there. Big move. He's got a good push from John Godfrey.
Yeah. Well, everyone was sticking to the bottom before there.
Mm-hmm. They will need to pit one more time before this race is over.
We're at 34 right now, so that was after that last yellow. So I'm guessing it's still it'll be in the last 3 laps or so, unless there's any other friction before then.
Even if there is, I think they would still have to go down. So laps, let me see. Every driver is still driving. Nobody has retired today. Everybody is currently on the lead lap. So every car in the race you can see right here on your screen. Yep. 31 trucks.
Altogether.
1 lap led by Kelly Cossey, 9 laps by Robert Breedlove, 1 by Denny Carroll, just moving up the list. 2 laps led by Craig Hagley, 13 by Grant Wesley in the 88, and the 09 of Frank Divens just led his 8th lap.
Yeah, we see the chat box. Chris Elliott's in the YouTube chat. He's saying, "Hey, read the chat box." I see he's a Jeffrey, number 56. He got home late. So
Randy Waugh hopes to be back for the manufacturer race. Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. We're using the cars that we used in the 10-man team race. We had the 4 teams of 10. I designed one, Divins designed one, Bernie Mobbs designed one, and Roddy Sullins designed a team. We're using those cars in the manufacturer race. Hey, Chris, in the chat box, couldn't make it tonight. Go 56. 56 is currently being scored in the fifth position last time by. Looks like he's probably 4th after my stats reset. So if you're Frank Divens Jr., it's Frank Divens Sr.? Can't remember. I think it's Senior. If you're Frank, let's just do that. If you're Frank, do you want Grant Wesley pushing you? I think I would.
That's a good question.
I mean, Grant is obviously he's a really good racer.
I don't want anybody. I mean, I guess depending on how comfortable you are with being pushed, I suppose that's the biggest thing.
So we've got Frank pitting. He made the speed limit, and he's lucky that 3 of those guys went with him. So they're going to hopefully come out together. Pitting under green at lap 36, so they will be able to make it to the end. Now, he overshot his pit stall. He overshot it twice. That's unfortunate. Oh, no. That's horrible. He's going to lose a lot of time right there. He might not be able to hook up with these guys. He hit the mark perfectly coming into the pits.
Yeah.
With the speed, but overshooting the pits and having to reverse twice, he might lose the draft of those 2 guys in front of him. Unless they lift a little bit, he might be all by himself now.
That's crazy. I didn't realize that would be such a. I mean,
it's huge under green.
It takes longer for them to reset everything once he backs up to the proper spot, or is
it's just losing space.
Yeah. Okay.
On under green, right? They're all moving at 200 miles an hour out here. You can't. Oh, there's Frank again, 4 wide, getting railroaded by the pack. So this will help him, though. This will help Frank actually get back up to speed. I'm going to go back to that pit lane camera. We're focused on Brian Lovell right there in that STP truck. Go back to pit lane 2, see if anybody else is coming in. See if Frank was able to latch onto the back of that pack. Nope, all these guys are staying out. So where did Frank end up? Did the pack pick him up, or did they leave him hanging?
I think he got passed, blown by.
Nope.
I mean, at least at the
he
speed
latched
that they were
on.
going. Oh, no kidding.
Yep, and he's lucky enough.
I'm blown away just from the second that we watched the traffic coming up on him. I thought he was.
Yeah, but he's lucky enough to have that 077 back there too. So it is having a truck behind you. It takes the air off your spoiler, even if as long as he's within your draft. So he's almost got. Look at how fast he got back up there.
Oh yeah, now he's just oh, don't mind me.
See, I don't know if he wants to be down there though, because these guys might need to get to the pits, and they're on the high side. Okay, he definitely pit very early. But now that he's back in the draft, we're going to have to keep an eye on Frank, man. That could have been a really good move.
Yeah,
I mean, currently, obviously, he's a lap down, but everybody else still needs to pit, and he won't have to.
No, that's what I'm saying. He could have just, that would have been really good, but he also, huge gamble, depending on where you come out. The fact that he caught up there was nothing short of amazing, I think. He got back into the pack there.
Right. He's flying. He's in the draft. He's doing good. I think he pit with about 12 to go, right? Was that what I was looking at when he went down?
I believe so. So if he got the full top, he's laughing.
he should be able to pedal to the metal all the way to the end. Not to mention the other trucks that went with him will be in this mix as well. So the rest of this pile will peel off, and he will have drafting partners because nobody goes all at the same time.
No, and then if you took, you know what, he already got I'm already behind a second and a half. Might as well take a full top up and make this thing count.
Yep. Cram as much fuel as you can, and I believe from witnessing his pit there, he did not take any tires. So he went straight for fuel.
You think it'll be a huge thing? I know it's a little bit longer than last season, but I don't think it still will be enough for it to actually make any real difference.
It's 3x, but I think if you skip that on your last one, and he probably kind of had to just because of the these guys, they're doing good.
No, keeping it in.
No.
Oh, just inside.
That won't be a yellow flag. They're not on the racing surface.
No, and Dion just kept it on the right side of that cone there. Holy smokes. Yikes.
So let me see here. Who's got the first place position at the line there? It'll be Josh Slocum in the 2. Got credit leading that lap. That's some bonus points for him. Always nice to lead a lap. The pit cycles here are crazy. We've seen guys going down in here over the last 4 laps. They got to be coming now, right?
All mixed up, right?
Not all of them again.
Not everybody. So, like I said, they could. There's a based off of the last ones on the last yellow. I think we could see a pit as late as 45, depending on if they were going for the full 13. So they could probably go another 2 to 3 laps, I bet you, before having to stop.
Whoa, there's Perry. There's splitting Perry. That's Brian Rawson in the 6 right there. That Valvoline. I love that truck. That's a cool looking rig, man. The old school Mark Martin design. Always a cool looking paint job.
Classic look, for sure.
So Brian Rawson in the 6 is being shown. What position is he in? 24th. He's being shown with 7 pit stops, so he's probably already made his pit. Lap number 43 and 20th. So who's in first? That's the question here. We're going to find him somewhere. Leader is on pit road. Denny Carroll in the 41, making his final pit stop of the night. All right, man. Who knew it would take like 6 laps to pit cycle? This is insane.
Yeah, I have no idea what's happening.
I don't know who's where. That's
just how I like it.
This might be for the lead right here. This might be Craig Hagley and Jeffrey Elliott.
Okay.
We're going to see if his position changes.
Oh, he's pushing up on that top one.
Yep, it's Craig Hagley and Jeffrey are in 2nd and 3rd. Okay, so who's in 1st? Denny Carroll still. Oh.
Look at the gap.
Wait a second.
He's getting chased.
Denny Carroll is in 1st, and he might not be there for long. We're looking off the back wing of his truck.
Oh.
Yeah, no, Denny's definitely not in 1st anymore, but he's going to join the lead pack.
Still shorting him in 1st, though.
It's a game of inches, ladies and gentlemen.
And just like that, the 8th. It
No, if
does
that
not
wasn't
take much.
Neat and tidy, I don't know what was. So your leader at the line was Craig Hagley in the 82 truck, right next to Jeffrey Elliott. Keith Bynum is there. Hubcap and is sponsoring this race. And he's sitting up there in the 2nd row. I think we're probably through pitting.
Okay, everybody good.
Fantastic pit cycle, though, man. It took like 6 or 7 laps. That was really, really good.
Super clean, right?
Yeah. A couple of mishaps from a couple of drivers on pit road, and that'll cost him track position, especially under green flag conditions.
All things considered, keeping it under the cone and off the track.
Yep.
Nice.
So there we are. Jeffrey Elliott in the first place position. The Talladega Nights Ford Focus. The Chevy Solstice. Cadillac Accord.
I got to go online to the Hubcap store and see if I can. I'm pretty close to Washington border there, so if I can get it shipped to Washington, it'll be cheaper. I got to get a couple Hubcaps, but I'll probably see what they're worth. But it reminded me of that.
Hubcap and wheelworld.com. Check them out. White flag is in the air. This is the last lap. So this race will finish in just under 2.66 miles. Jeffrey Elliott leads the field into turn 1. Grant Wesley behind him. You think he's going to try something?
I think so. Look right there. Get wide. Nope. Jeff shutting it down.
Jeff just slammed the door. Oh, we got to watch from helicopter. Paglia getting a huge run on the outside, pushed by Hagley. I don't know if Grant's going to want to help Jeff after that block. Holy moly!
He was nothing personal,
was a big
but
one, man.
You're not
It was
getting
a big
home.
one.
Look at
He's pushing him though. Paglia on the outside. Jeff is right there. I don't know if he's going to be able to get him. Nope. Mark Paglia. Yellow flag is up. I don't care why. What a finish.
Holy smokes. That was amazing.
Wow. That was awesome. What was the interval? 0.019.
Yeah.
From first to second.
The interval was effing close.
Right.
That's actually a scientific term I saw here on the. You know what? Everybody wins first place. If you're in that pack, you all get it.
And Jeff just gave Mark a little bump there to say, good run, buddy.
Yeah, honestly, it could have gone either way. They were making some moves, and again,
super cool.
Everyone just got that hammer down and flat out.
Burning down the house. Congratulations to your winner, Mark Paglia on the 28. Sponsoring a couple upcoming races too. I wonder if he's going to win his own race. I guess you have to tune back in and find out. Oh, pace truck. Freaking me out, pace truck.
He almost had bad luck.
There it is.
Your winner.
Your winner. Winner, chicken dinner. Well, we got to type the date in. That way I can do second month, fourth day, iPE 2. Done. Save that replay. What an awesome race, dude. Holy moly. You know what?
What's that?
In contrast from last week?
Yep.
Come on now. Last week there was a bunch of yellow flags and nobody really seemed to be settled in. They never really seemed to settle down. This week, completely different story. Everybody was out there doing exactly what they had to do. Everybody was on rails. Super fun race to watch. And really fuel all the green flag pitting, strings that pack out. It comes down to that race at the end. Massive block by Jeff. I thought for sure that Grant would try to go around him and put him in the middle and just drive past him. After that block, that was harsh.
Absolutely. There was nobody who's worried about feelings or friendship there tonight.
No, and that's the rules, right? I mean, you live and you die by the block. So, I mean, you want to throw that block, go for it. If the guy behind you wants to just hold his ground, you can spin him.
Right. And you'll never forget, I got your number. I'll see you next race.
You look at Chris in the YouTube chat doing the play-by-play. Sorry, Chris, I wasn't paying attention. But thanks for watching, man. That was awesome.
Tuned into the last few laps were pretty exciting. But yeah, I just saw that too. Like all sorts of stuff.
We have Bob Dixon from Quick Factoids.
Bob Dixon in the house with the factoids for the evening. Let her rip, Bob. The floor is yours. Are the factoids even ready? That's a question.
Oh, he's pretty quick with the factoids. I believe they are.
Yeah, you got to run them through the replay analyzer first.
Okay.
That's the thing. You take the replay and you put it in the analyzer, and it'll spit out the pie charts. Yeah, Chris was saying he can't see anything in the helicopter cam. Who won? I can, though. I love that helicopter cam, especially for that photo finish, because the angles we get on the TV cameras are different. When they're looking at them come across the line, I think spectator cam might actually be the one to go on. We might try that next time. Maybe get off helicopter and try spectator, because I think it's right on the flag stand. So when the camera spins, you see the line straight on. But Bob, are you there, bud?
Yeah, I'm here.
There he is. All right, the factoids. I believe you probably have them, so let her rip.
Okay, top 5 fastest laps of the night. An honorable mention was Greg Lavelle. In 5th place was John Godfrey. John did a 47.440 second lap. That's 201.855 mile per hour on lap 17. Something unprecedented since I've been doing the factoids is that the top 12 fastest times were all on lap 17. Ironic. 4th place was Bob Dixon. I did a 47.378 second lap. That's 202.119 mile per hour. 3rd was Javier Negron, did a 47.328 second lap. That's 202.333 mile per hour. 2nd was Garland Oaks. Garland did a 47.325 second lap. That's 202.346 mile per hour. And the fastest lap of the night goes to Greg Palmer. Greg did a 47.309 second lap. That's 202.414 mile per hour. And the most laps led was Grant Wesley at 14, Frank Divins 9, Robert Breedlove 9, Greg Hagley 5, Jeffrey Elliott 4, Denny Carroll 3, Mark Paglio 1, the most important lap. Congrats on your win, Mark. Josh Slocum 1, and Kelly Causey 1, and that's your factoids of the night.
You said 202.4 miles per hour. That is insane.
Yep, 202.414 for Greg Palmer.
Wow. Yeah, it doesn't show that in the... Oh, it would have on the broadcast probably, but yeah, that's quick. Can you
Isn't
recall
that all in the mail?
Yeah, can you recall the fastest one you've ever had? That seems pretty high.
Can't recall.
Yeah, he's almost halfway to 203 on that one, so that's pretty crazy. That's awesome.
Yeah, well, the top 4 fastest laps are all 202.
Yeah, the 0.4 is what's getting me, because that's pretty quick. I'm trying to remember if I've seen one quicker than that, but yeah, man.
It's the mod and the track, Blaine.
Yeah, the combination and then the drafting. Everybody was in the right spot at the right time, and away we go.
Okay, I'll take myself up.
Oh, perfect. Thank you very much, Bob. Have yourself a fantastic night.
Yep, thank you guys for taking the time to broadcast.
Always fun.
Good night.
Thanks. Grant Wesley, 4th place, just outside the podium. But you got the most laps led tonight, so you got a couple extra bonus points for that stuff.
Yeah, it counts for something, doesn't it?
Yep. Probably 10 points, I think.
Nice.
Isn't it 5 for leading one and then 5 more for leading the most? I think that's what it is.
Yeah, we everything went according to plan there. You know, we had a strong run. Finally qualified on the pole. That was nice. Nice change. Jeff Elliott qualifying school paid off. So thanks to him on that. But yeah, we led a lot of laps, kept the truck up front, kept it out of trouble, and it got down to the end. And frankly, it was just a knucklehead move on my behalf that kind of cost me a shot at the win. But it was good working with Jeff and Bobby Farrell there. We were kind of stuck nose to tail for like the last 10 laps. So that was a lot of fun.
So how did you, that block that Jeff threw on you on the back, you did some kind of driving to try to get around him, but I'm surprised you were able to keep up your speed with that erratic maneuver you had to pull.
Yeah. So that was a knucklehead move. Coming off of 2, the plan was I seen Paglia and a few others had a run up high. I knew they were going to blow our doors off down the backstretch if I didn't do something. So I was going to move up in front of Pags. And, of course, Jeff, he did the smart thing. He moved up, and I was looking in the mirror and I was looking at Jeff, and I thought it was going to time just right where I could get that bump from Pags and move back down in front of Bobby on the bottom. And it just propelled me, pretty far out there, and I just block him off of 4. That was the plan. It didn't time out perfectly. And basically I was cutting the wheel as Paglia was pushing me. And that's why I darted hard left. I almost wrecked us all, wrecked myself there. So it's definitely a good save.
Nice. Yeah, no, it was definitely a save. And it would have been, we thought you were going to leave Jeff hanging like at the end. I'm like, after that block, I thought that was for sure going to be you just trying to pass Jeff and railroad him near the end there, but you stayed with him.
Blaine, can you grab the rest of the guys?
Yeah, I mean, I was only going to pass him if I thought I could win.
Sure can.
Definitely no hard feelings for what he did. After that, I knew after the mistake I made, I knew, I was stuck there in 4th or, so I was going to push Jeff all the way.
Nice, man. Do you got any shout outs you want to toss around before we move on up the list?
Yeah, I'd just like to thank the owners here, Jeff and Chris. I appreciate everything they do. Like to thank all the admins. I know Greg Lovell, I think, was the in-race admin doing the rate or the reviews on the wrecks. I know that's a lot of work, so we all appreciate that. I'd like to thank you guys for doing the broadcast, taking time out once again to, do this for us. Like to thank my teammates at XFM, my friends and family for watching, my girlfriend Brittany, and also congratulations to Mark Paglia on the win.
Nice. Thanks again, as always, Grant, for your time, and congratulations on almost a podium finish. But yeah, it's always good to see you out here, so we're looking forward to it next week.
Yep, we'll take it and move on to the next.
That's it, man. Have yourself a good night.
All right, you too.
Thanks. There goes Mr. Grant Wesley in the 88 truck. We got to look for the 82 of Hagley. The number 82 truck of Craig Hagley in the booth. Good day, sir. Congratulations on your 3rd place finish.
Evening, guys. How y'all doing?
Oh,
thanks. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. That was getting pretty gnarly at the end there. That block that Jeff threw on Grant. We were just talking to Grant about it. What did that look like from your angle?
It got quite close there for a second, but it was just like always. Hold it to the floor and turn left.
Nice. What was the fuel? Because we were looking at it took about, I think Brad and I kind of figured out about 6 or 7 laps for that final fuel cycle to sort of run its course, which was very exciting, seeing everybody with such different fuel strategies.
Yeah, I know whenever we come in, I took a can, so I had just enough to be able to get past.
Well, you're always just taking just enough, right? You don't go overboard, you just take what you need and go?
Get out of there as quick as I can.
Yeah.
Everything that you can gain and lose on pit road makes up for miles out on the track.
With 1 can, what's the call on tires on the last stop? Nothing?
Yeah, I didn't take any tires.
Yeah, I wasn't
Although
thinking.
I did notice with running the 3X, the tires did wear a little bit more, and I actually did change tires once during the race.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right on. Yeah, because here it's not usually too much of a problem, but yeah, I forget about the 3X thing. If you skip one, you could get into trouble maybe a little bit. But like you said too, every quarter second counts.
Yeah, that, and then if you slide coming in on trying to hot pit, you can eat them up pretty quick that way. I think that's why I had to pit and change the tires.
Oh, right. Are you able to make every race this season, or most of them anyway?
It's my plan to be here every week.
Nice consistency. Yeah, qualifying third and finishing third, man. Not too shabby, staying up front for all day long.
Yeah, well, top 3 last week too, so it's a good way to get the season started.
Yeah, you're up there, and I guess I should have the stats. I mean, after one race, it's not anything super crazy, but it's always cool to see, like, if you can show up every week and just consistently finish. Oh, it was a third place finish. Yeah, awesome. So there you go.
Hey, I'll take it all day long.
That's the way to start the season, and you've got 2 of your incident cards in hand because they've got that new thing here now. So that'll be handy just in case.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my best to keep mine in my wallet and not have to use none of them.
Yeah, that's always the goal, right? It's just try to stay as clean as possible. But yeah, man, we'll move up the list here and talk to Jeff. Did you have any shout-outs you wanted to toss around?
Yeah, I want to shout out to Mark. Congratulations on the win tonight, brother. Glad I was there to help push. And Jeff for putting on the series, and everybody for coming out and making it a good race.
Yeah, it definitely was an awesome race. In contrast to last week, all the others we had here, this everything looked super professional this evening, and it was super fun to watch.
Right, and I want to shout out to Keith also for sponsoring the race and working with me all race long and everything that he's helped me out with.
Right on, man. Well, thanks for popping down here to chat with us, and congratulations on the third place podium, and we'll see you here next week.
Appreciate it, gentlemen. Hopefully I'll be up here next weekend too.
Awesome. Have a good night, Craig. Craig Hagley. Who are we looking for now? 56, Jeffrey Elliott. Oh, let's do it. He looks like he might be in a meeting. Live TV to Jeffrey Elliott. You got us?
Well, let me just pop down here in the old famous blimp. How y'all doing?
I didn't want to just grab you. I didn't know if you were chatting with Mark up there, but yeah, man, second place, dude. You threw a wicked sick block on Wesley. We thought he was just going to turn you.
It got so tight. Actually, I wasn't trying to throw a block on him. I was hoping we'd just stay together. It was a battle between the outside lane with Mark and Craig and Keith, and it was a race, man. Then we had dodging cars left and right coming out of pits. So, man, it's you got to do what you got to do out there. You work with certain people, right? And then you kind of leave them at times. I was working with John quite a bit. I don't know what happened with Godfrey, but we were just playing safe because we had to. You know, we're in the red there, so we just had to run a clean race, and I don't know what happened to him. But anyways, yeah, man, great race. Was it 3 cautions? I don't know. It wasn't very many.
I can check right now. 3 cautions for 8 laps. It was an awesome race, yeah. I know Brad snuck into the track last night, and he left something in your pit stall there. You were supposed to win. Did you get the package?
What did I lose by 0.16 or something like that?
Yeah, 0.2.
When you're dealing with the Mark Pagula, and by the way, congratulations to Mark. I really thought with the champion, multiple champion Grant Wesley behind me, we would pull this victory out tonight. He tried to make a move on me, I think once, but he realized there's more people involved trying to win this. So I think we got back together, but a little late maybe. But man, Mark and Craig, any of these guys can win. Anybody can win, Keith. So it was a fun race. I'm just glad we had a really good time. It was a really good race. It's a different type of race playing, as you can tell, on a single file there for a while. But it gets racy. It definitely gets racy.
Yeah, it's super cool because the green flag pit cycle, that last green flag pit cycle started with 12 laps to go and probably lasted for 6 or 7 laps.
You know, you were watching all kinds of cars do different types of pitting, obviously.
It was awesome.
Yeah, I was going to go in lap 3, and I just said, I got 2 more laps. I just clicked the 2, and I'm like, we'll go 1 more. And believe me, I almost didn't make it, even with 2 down there. So thank goodness I did, and coasted through there pretty good, and followed Grant back out, and off the way I went. And, great run. I want to give kudos to Grant Wesley in 4th, Craig Hagley 3rd. Great run, guys. And that would be me. And second, had a great weekend of racing. Great to be competitive in 2 different tracks. And congratulations to Mark and all the guys that came out tonight. We all sound tired up there playing. We sound like we had a long weekend. But you know what? We didn't argue. We didn't have very much issues up there. Really great race last night and tonight. So appreciate that with you guys. Thank you guys if you hear this. Thank you very much for that. Thank you guys for doing what you did.
Such an awesome place to do it too. Like looking at watching you guys do this too. It's crazy. Like everybody was pretty much on the lead lap until the last little bit. Looks like Denny Carroll had a disconnect. Ken Roberts got disqualified, and John Godfrey was forced to retire for some reason. But I mean, with the no damage model, it's fun. I forgot that there was no damage model.
That's how good these guys are racing. I mean, we all kind of forget it's no damage, and they're driving like it's full damage on. So I respect that. I'm glad it's working out. This program is, and there are 7 of us that had to run clean tonight, or we would have been parked on some kind of lap tonight with the calls. But anyways, I'll shorten this up. I want to give kudos to Tarnation TV and Frank Divins and Rodney Sullins and Gary Mingus and even Brian Wolf back in the day. It's been a hell of a ride for 2.5 years, and it's coming to an end for Jeffrey Elliott. And we got a lot of good races to go still. We got that manufacturer race guys signed up for it. There's over 45 people already signed up for it. Gun Creek knockout race coming.
Nice.
I feel that. The King of Kings is going to be a whole different platform. Check that out, guys. You don't need to sign up. Just show up. You Ken Roberts, Jeffrey Elliott. And I'd like to do one special race for me. And that's the obviously the Matchbox team cars with the Blaine Dowling team cars. So we're working on a date, Blaine, like 24th, maybe of February. So that'll be my goodbye race to Talladega Nights, and we'll move along and let the new guys take it to bigger and better places. So congratulations, Mark, to your win. I'll turn the floor over to the champ tonight. Awesome run, stay clean, and great race.
Yeah, Jeff, it was neck and neck with you at the finish. I was watching that replay. There wasn't much room there.
No, I was trying to go a little wider. Got the best guy in the business behind me, and I was fighting him a little bit too. But sooner or later, you got to work with somebody, right? And you can't win it. You gotta take second or third. That's still a great finish. But hey, man, floor is yours. Thanks, Blaine. Thanks, Brad. I will see you guys next weekend.
Awesome. We'll be here.
Nope. Not next weekend. Next weekend.
Oh, yeah, we are off. Super Bowl weekend. Yep, it is. So 2 weeks away, guys, and we'll get back to work making money and living life. But good night, everybody. Good night, Mark. Congratulations again.
All right. Thanks, Jeff. Hey, Jeff, I hope you still put on a helmet and race with us.
Oh, you know I will, man. I can't wait to hit that green button and come out there like tonight. It was on. I was pretty much a top 10 all night. And, the Ken Roberts, I love him. And some of these guys are not used to this 3X racing. It's a different strategy. And we on fire guys are so used to it. You got to pit a little earlier than you want to. And running out of gas, you can do that very easily. Right, Blaine? It's happened a lot.
Yep, we've seen it more than once, that's for sure.
All right, guys. Good night. See you in 2 weeks.
Good night, Jeff.
Yeah, Mark, congratulations on the win, man. What a race at the end there. Jeff, look, we thought he threw a block, but he was kind of hoping. He said Grant was going to stick with him, but it almost got a little bit crazy, but it got a little bit crazy in a different way. But yeah, 0.02 second gap for Jeff, and then 0.06 to Craig, and then 0.08 to Grant from you.
It doesn't get much closer than that, does it? Yeah, no. They really mixed it up, going down that back stretch, going into turn 3. And I saw Grant come up, and then Jeff came up a little bit, and then they both went back down. And I think Grant was had to back off a little bit because he didn't want to create a wreck or anything. So good, clean racing, and I got to give all the credit to the 2 guys behind me. I couldn't have done it without, Craig Hagley and Keith Bynum. They were both pushing me really hard, and I wouldn't have gotten there without them.
Is that sort of what happened? Like, it's you, Craig, and Keith on that high line, and you see that little kind of blocking situation between Jeffrey and Grant, and it's like, okay, well, now they've just lost a little bit of speed. Does that kind of make your eyes go, oh, we could do this? And then those guys probably saw it too and just stuck with you.
Exactly. You were in my head there. Yeah, exactly right. Exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
You know, I went up that high line with a lap and a half to go, and I thought, I don't know if I have enough to get past these guys. I got to try though, instead of just riding around in third or fourth place, whatever I was before. So and then Craig went up there with me, and then Keith, he got in the mix, and yeah, they when I saw them moving around a little bit in front of me, I knew it was going to scrub some speed off of them, and I had a good chance. But I was still nervous coming out of 4 because Jeff came right up next to me, and I thought, oh no, he's gonna get me here. But luckily for me, I got it.
Yeah, no, it was awesome to watch, man. Right at the line, being that close. And yeah, that top line sometimes you do need people to be with you. So those two guys was great to see them team up with you there and be able to hold that speed, because sometimes we see that top line fade away.
Yeah, absolutely. So it was a lot of fun, and Jeff was just talking about being 3X, having more pits. I enjoy that. I think it's one of my fortes, is being able to go in a little bit hot and get out in front of some people.
Yeah, with time to spare, or pitting early. All the different pit strategies coming into the last 6 or 7 laps. We've said it before already, it took 6 or 7 laps for that to cycle through. So it was super, super fun to watch. A little bit confusing trying to figure out who was where, but I've got real-time stats on my screen so I can see what's going on, thank goodness.
Yeah, I bet for you and Brad, that was kind of tricky to keep track of everybody, because some people pitted shorter than others, some took less gas than others, and it's hard to tell where they are, and there's such a big track like that.
Not a clue. I'm like, well, we'll find out at the end of the race, like everybody else.
There you go.
Until we got to the last half a lap, maybe. But yeah, I was lost for quite a while there.
Well, that's the thing, because we get caught up in that, and then if I forget to look at the laps, or if I forget to kind of find that leader, I don't know where to go. We've almost lost our spot a couple times. Luckily I've found my place before it was too late. You want to be on that main pack when they cross the line. But I was getting I'm getting a little better at it, especially today. I made sure to keep trying to find that leader, so I knew where to hop to if I had to at a last, in a pinch. But no, it was definitely an exciting race, and every single driver in the race tonight, hats off. It was great.
Yeah, I think it was, and along what Jeff was saying, no damage, but we drove like there was full damage, and I think Jeff said that too. And I think we're getting a little bit better here at Talladega about not being so aggressive and trying to put our cars in spots that they don't fit. So I think it was a great race.
Yeah, it definitely was, man. Yeah, that showing you in 16th after race 1 with a win tonight is definitely going to bump you up into that top 12. I know it's still early with race 2, but it's a good spot to be.
Yeah, plus having a win, that kind of helps you punch the card a little bit too. So that's going to be great. But I'll just give shout outs to Jeff. He's always done a great job. I know sometimes he gets overwhelmed, but he does a great job out here, and a great group of guys to race with. I really enjoy it. And shout out to Craig and Keith. I couldn't have done it without them.
Yeah, man, that's I was going to say if you had any shout outs, but you just did it. So I guess that's it then, man. Yeah, congratulations on your win, Mark. And hopefully we see you out here next time, which will probably be on the 28th, I think, because we got a broadcast over at SMO. So we're going to miss a race, but you've actually sponsored the race we're going to be calling on the 25th. We will be back here, and so you got to win that one because you're sponsoring that.
Oh boy. Okay.
No pressure.
No pressure. All right. Now, I'm going to pretend that you didn't say that, but okay. I appreciate that. So you guys have a great night, and we got that 4-letter word tomorrow called work. So you guys have a good night.
Right on. Thanks, Mark.
Night, Brad.
Well,
There he is. I dragged him out of here, and then he completely disappeared. So he must have disconnected. But thanks, Mark. Congratulations on the win. And what an awesome race. We got a 47-lap race done in under 2 hours.
Not too shabby.
Not too shabby at all. When are you going to get a wheel, man?
You know what? Probably once everything's done, once we sell and get settled, then I'm gonna have some time and a little bit of money.
Yeah, we should
more than anything, time plus that little bit of money is gonna allow me to do a few things that I've been wanting to do. That's the goal.
Yeah.
But realistically, I'm gonna just keep working that until I'll sleep when I'm dead. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I think too, what it's got to be is Tarnation TV will sell the entire structure of the broadcast, and then we'll start driving, so we could be on TV too.
That's it. We've been in talks with ESPN online.
Yeah.
Mostly they've been just telling me, please stop emailing us.
Right.
This isn't something. But I have a feeling that's just corporate talk. They're playing hard to get, so we're gonna wear them down. I have a good feeling about it.
Right. Yeah. They know who's boss.
Right.
But yeah, there was a bunch of things I didn't even get to tonight. That's how good the race was. I had screens to toss up and all kinds of different things. But again, thanks to Hubcap and wheelworld.com for sponsoring the race this evening. And of course, stay tuned. Next week is the Super Bowl. The week after that, we're at SMO at Daytona. And then the Sunday after that, we're back here. Mark is sponsoring that race. Of course, the team manufacturers race, the King of Kings Eliminator race. There's all kinds of stuff coming up here at Talladega Nights Racing Leagues. And of course, we're going to try to broadcast every last second of it, or we'll die trying. They pay the big bucks, so we keep coming back. A lot of fun doing it. As always, thanks to all the drivers. Thanks to Jeffrey Elliott and his whole entire crew of cronies in the administration cabin at the end of the street. My name's Blaine, joined with Brad. If the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. Always remember, keep one hand in the ocean, keep your stick on the ice as well.
And yeah, so we're open to offers. ESPN, ESPN 8, the Ocho, any number of ESPNs, even TSN. But as long as they don't use Pierre McGuire, because that guy is a big old dick.
I hate that guy. I usually don't say anything. I'll let you have the last word, but I do not like Pierre McGuire.
Okay, good. No, that's fine. Basically, F you, Pierre McGuire.
Take a long walk off a short pier.
Right.
Yeah, keep your stick on the ice.
F you, McGuire.
Push you away from me, away from me, away from me. I just can't.